What's good, meat boys? It's a last second meet down, but one that was, as Jorge Masvidal might describe, super necessary. Because at Meat Boy MMA, we know how many of you meatheads absolutely love Nasrat Haqparast, so we had to sneak this breakdown in before tomorrow's bangers. If you're raw here at Meat Boy MMA, he's meat, I'm boy, and quick shout out to Moises Matoso, Mo Matt, for being our latest subscriber. And yo, to the other 264 sweaties that also grilled that subscribe button, we appreciate you guys a lot. So we hit our 260 sub before UFC 260. So thanks as always for grilling and chilling with the boys. If you're looking for locks and laps, you came to the right place. So smash that subscribe button and join Meat Boy MMA. It's another slab of juicy, locky beef in this bash between the fighter repping Afghanistan and Germany, Nasrat Haqparast, as he takes on the undefeated Combate prospect and former champion, gifted Rafa Garcia. Nasrat was originally supposed to fight our boy Guram Gutataladze. He had to pull out. Then he was supposed to fight Don Madge. He had to pull out. And now finally we get a matchup with Rafa Garcia. It's been a while since we've seen Nasrat in there. He was supposed to take on Arman Sarukian on the Conor Dustin card about 6 weeks ago, but unfortunately got sick right before, forcing his opponent Sarukian to then fight Steamroller Frivola after Steamroller's opponent got kicked out of the UFC for his
potatoes.
Anyways, Nasrat is 4-2 in the UFC and has nice wins over Mark Casey and most recently Alex Munoz in a successful meat locker. And his only losses come to Marcin Held, the former Bellator champ, in Nasrat's debut, and then to Drew Dober in a fight where Nasrat came in as a huge favorite, but got starched early in the fight by the always tough Drew Dober. Gifted Garcia is, as mentioned, the former Combate champ, and he's a dude with some solid hype coming into this UFC debut. He's got a win most recently over Humberto Bandenay, a former UFC fighter who I remember people being pretty bullish on early on. And he's a guy who over time has trained with a lot of killers like TJ Dillasnake, Juan Archuleta, and Justin Gaethje. So how do you see this one going? Do you think that Garcia is going to make a successful first impression in the UFC, or is this kind of a side meat lock for our boy Nasrat?
Yeah, I feel like this is an extra little side of asparagus with our steak, right? I mean, Nasrat has always been a meat lock for the boys. He did have that recent loss versus Drew Dober, which he is no joke. But also his loss that just happened just shows the level of Islam. So that guy's a monster itself. But Nasrat is on that same path to greatness, I truly believe. And we know all you meat boys love this guy. We do too. So definitely check out the numbers for this. And it looks like most of the Tapology community is pretty bullish, 87%, going with him. Half look, brown with that KO. The other half are looking decision. I'm going to actually go with the KO. I think Gifted, he's coming in, trying to, get into the UFC. He's taking a short notice. Great opportunity for him. I mean, both these guys are young killers hungry. I just think Nasrat over at TriStar is just going to be ready for any opponent, especially a newcomer to the UFC. So they're definitely giving the Gifted a crazy fight for his first fight in the UFC, and it'll be interesting, but I'm picking Nasrat second round KO.
Yeah, a tough debut for sure to have to go in there for your first UFC appearance against a guy like Nasrat, who is super well-rounded. And Gifted Garcia is a fighter who will come forward. He's not afraid to engage. He's always pressuring his opponents. He's got decent striking and is probably going to be looking for the takedown. But Nasrat has some supreme takedown defense and some solid striking, just a super well-rounded MMA skill set. And a great gas tank versus Garcia, who is very dangerous in those early moments, but in the latter stages of his Combate fights, he tends to fight with his hands down, and he starts to fade a little bit. So I'm with you 100%. I think Nasrat is a juicy Nasparagus lock, and just like Tapology, about half of it is brown, going with that KO TKO. So I love the second round KO prediction, as you mentioned. Maybe even sprinkle something on that third round as well. But I like Nasrat by finish in this one, but a Nasrat win nonetheless for sure. So it's a side meat lock. It's an asparagus on the side. But any last thoughts on this last second meet down?
No, just super pumped that Nasrat got to actually be on the
Right?
card that he was supposed to be. Always excited to see him fight. So props to, Gifted for pulling through for the boys on this one. But it's a side meet nonetheless. So make sure you smash subscribe, throw a comment who you guys got. You got the new guy Gifted, or you got the homie Nasrat. We love to hear you guys in the comments. So leave a like and subscribe.